What is going on, guys? This is Nathan from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another episode of our Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Solo Mode series. If you have not seen our previous episode, make sure to check up in the cards. I will link it for you there that we can watch that episode prior to watching this one. But in today's episode, guys, we are jumping into the very last chapter, or the last gate of story mode, the solo mode, the Legends of the Star Heroes. Let's go ahead, let's get a look and see what it says right here. So channel the World Chalice with link summons that utilize normal monsters to summon more powerful monsters and face off against the Crawlers using the World Armor, which has a powerful effect when flipped. The battle for the World Legacy begins, and it looks like there's two parts for this. It looks like there's Chosen by the Legacy, and then also Gift of the Martyrs. I'm not sure, maybe some, like, playing some of these will unlock more. I'm not entirely sure. I thought this was going to be the very last gate, but who knows? Let's go ahead and find out. We're going to jump into it real quick and see exactly what it has in store for us. Oh wow, okay, this is a long one. This might be split up into like 3. That's a lot, okay. Well, we'll go to like, we're gonna go from scenario to scenario, and then the next episode we'll jump into these duels, and then we might jump into more, because it looks like there's even more scenarios up in here as well that jump down into more practice duels before you can actually get to the goal. Alright, so let's go ahead, we'll jump into the very first scenario, we'll see what the Chosen of the World Legacy has to offer. Chosen by the World Legacy. The rulers of this star were not human. That world was ruled by 7 mechanical lifeforms known as the Mech Knights. And across the land spread their vanguard, the Crawlers. These Crawlers tend to swarm and destroy all human-made structures in their path. They most likely lack any emotion. Helpless before these ruthless machines, mankind had no choice but to live in hiding. Dense with thick trees, gloomy even in the daytime, a hinterland known as Forest of the Stars. Therein lays a hidden village, where human lives inconspicuously. The village was protected by a barrier that would prevent intruders from invading or even discovering it. The ritual wand, passed down through many generations, made the barrier extremely resistant, and it had never been broken, not once. But even so, the villagers were suffocated by their anxieties day after day, not knowing when the great threat would come knocking at their doorstep. From within the suffocating unease of the village, there were still those determined to fend off the Crawlers. Aram and Ningarisu. There was a reason they fought so desperately. It was the village priestess and the younger sister of Ningarisu, Ib. From birth, the priestesses possess a divine power that synergizes with their ritual wand to create barriers. Ib's power was as strong as the village had ever seen in its history, but it was meager compared to the frightening forces that grew stronger by the day. Her companion saw how hard she was trying to put on a brave face for the villagers, and wished they could lighten her burden, even by a little. Aram and Ningarisu, along with the baby dragon Imduk, crossed the barrier in hopes of slaying even just one Crawler. One day, Ib heard from inside the foyers a faint sound like that of a human voice. Aram and Ningarisu did not hear it. However, Ib proclaimed that she kept hearing the voice. Afraid Ib would venture into the forest alone, Aram, Ningarisu, and the baby dragon Imduk set foot inside the hinterland. That's where we're going now. Alright, what an interesting scenario. Oh, there's multiple scenarios right in a row. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so we got 3 World Chalice Guard Dragon there. Looks like we got another scenario, then we get a practice, and then we finally get a duel. And we'll go from there. Alright, let's jump into our next scenario here. And for this one, we're getting 3 of the Lee, the World Chalice Fairy. The World Legacy and World Chalice. The sun had already set, leaving only starlight to guide them. The scent of trees and soil hung in the cold air. Though her footing was unsure, Ib ventured into the forest as if she were being guided. Careful not to lose sight of her, the 3 looked out for Crawlers as they followed her. Suddenly, with an abrupt shriek, Ib vanished before their eyes. Rushing to the place where they had lost sight of her, they saw Ib had fallen off a low cliff. It appeared Ib had been so spellbound in the direction of the voice that she hadn't noticed there was no ground before her. The 3 descended the cliff and were relieved to find Ib uninjured. Before their eyes, a mysterious structure appeared. If it had been there before, they would have noticed it, but as if the structure had been there for hundreds of years, it was ensconced in trees and entwined in ivy. They nervously approached the building. The wand Ib held in her hand glowed, and the building started to rumble as if in response. A mighty light radiated from the building, blowing aside the trees and cloaking everything in blinding light. Even with their eyelids closed, the light pierced mercilessly through. When they finally opened their eyes, a fairy fluttered in the air before them. The fairy spoke to the startled party. I am Lee, the World Chalice Fairy, a spirit that had been sealed inside the building that released the bright light known as the World Legacy World Chalice. In previous times, it was her duty to guide mankind, but it was obstructed by the Mech Knight. For many years, she had been waiting for a world hero capable of activating the World Chalice, and that they were those world heroes. Please lend me your strength and gather the scattered starlight and save the world from the great darkness, she spoke. Though bewildered by Lee's story, Auram and the group were moved by her earnestness and decided to lend a hand. This is like the most in-depth story that we've had so far. Hearing their resolve, the fairy Lee smiled and bestowed upon them the powers of the awakened World Chalice. Yeehaw. That was the most in-depth we've ever had a scenario. And that's probably why they had to have two right there, because it was so long. Alright, well, let's go ahead. We're going to jump into our very first practice, and we're going to learn the ins and outs of the World Chalice deck. It looks like we're still getting orbs, so I'm not sure if we're going to have to use those later to unlock things, or why we're still getting those, but I guess we'll take them and find out later. Ooh, we got like a deck sleeves now. What makes a World Chalice deck unique? You can bring out a slew of powerful Link monsters by starting with summoning normal monsters and leading them to further Link summons. When World Chalice Link monsters are sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. This can allow you to perform even more Link summons and recover quickly from your opponent's attacks. Keep World Chalice monsters ready in your hand for an even more effective strategy. Alright. And they're just gonna leave it wide open for us, these fools. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we got here. We got Crowned by the Chalice. I'm not sure how we're actually going to Link summon Auram, the World Chalice Blade Master, to win on this turn. Okay? Summon Chosen by the World Chalice, and then Link summon Imduke, the World Chalice Dragon. Alright. We'll go ahead and normal summon you. And then we can Link summon into using one normal monster to go into Imduke. Okay. Summon another World Chalice monster this turn using Imduke the World Chalice Dragon's effect. So what is your effect? Summon Crowned by the World Chalice, and then Link summon Auram the World Chalice Blade Master. So what is your actual effect? During main phase, you can normal summon one World Chalice monster in addition to your normal summon set. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster this card points to, you can destroy that opponent's monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. Alright, let's go ahead and summon out Crowned by the World Chalice. And go into Auram. Let's see what this one's effect is, and I think we also get Imduke effect for this sent to the graveyard. You sent Imduke the World Chalice Dragon to the graveyard, so use this effect to special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. Alright. And then we can just attack our opponent's life points directly. What is his effect? So, gains 300 attack for each World Legacy monster in the graveyard with different names. You contribute one World Chalice monster this card points to target one out in the graveyard special summon. Okay. Well, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and just attack and board game here. Hope they don't have the Dwarfs. So lots of Link summoning here. I'm a fan of the special summoning of the Synchro monster instead, but that's just because I love Synchro summoning more. But, alright. We've now practiced and learned how to use World Chalice and World Legacy. Alright, and we did get 150 Earth Orbs there. I'm wondering if one of these requires Earth Orbs. Ooh, this one requires Light and Wind. That's interesting. And I feel like that's gonna and we have to use more here to unlock. Oh, okay. So maybe, I don't know. One part tells me this is the last gate, but then some part of me says that it's gonna unlock more. So we're just gonna have to find out later on. All right, well, let's go ahead. We will go ahead and jump into our next one. It looks like we're gonna be facing Crawlers here, so we're gonna be using this deck for our first time on our own, and we'll see exactly what we can do. And hopefully not misplay too bad. But if I do, let me know in the comment section, because I do enjoy that. Alright. Let's see here. So if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can add one World Chalice monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is in the graveyard, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. Okay. Banish one legacy monster to your hand or face on the field, then target 2 monsters in the graveyard, special summon them. And then target 2 World Chalice monsters in your graveyard with their names, add them to your hand. Alright, this is interesting. We're just gonna have to go with this and see what happens. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll normal summon Lee out here. Activate Lee's effect. I'm just gonna add one to our hand. I don't entirely think that it matters which one we add at this point, just because we can't do anything with it. Let's go ahead, we'll just add this one, and we'll see what happens. And then we'll just set one and say go, and see what happens. Oh, he only has 100 attack, I didn't realize that. This little fairy sucks. Alright, Howling Insect. Alright. That's good. Well, at least we have this Nobleman and Cross out for later on to target face down monsters for the crawlers. Alrighty, so if a monster is special summoned from the extra deck except during the damage set, contribute this card, send that monster to the graveyard. Alright. We'll have to see what we can do here. He only has 1200 attack. We have 16, so at least we have that going for us. I don't know if I want this to happen, though. It has to be destroyed by battle. I wonder if we have anything that can destroy this not by battle. That'd be the pro plays. Go ahead, we'll normal summon our Chosen here. And we can just follow through with the Imduk play. Alright, so we do have 2 things going on here. We can add these two. Ooh, okay, so let's go ahead, we'll activate the World Chalice here, or World Legacy. And we can add, is it one of these or 2? Target 2, okay, so we'll target that, and target that, okay. And we'll add those back to hand. We can load those up. Now we can summon this one, right here. Gain its effect again, to add another one. Okay, okay. So what we got going on? When's card? I like that. Guard Dragon seems nice. Now we can go ahead and summon out again. We can go into Auram, using these 2, and then Imduk's effect will activate, summoning out those chosen by the World Chalice. Yes, we'll activate that effect. And ooh, that could do any of these. Oh man. I like this one actually. So we'll summon this guy out in defense position. Because then we can link again. Let's see here. We can only go into these links right here though, which is kind of annoying. Do we have link 4s? We don't. We do have link 3s though. 2+ link monsters. That's the only one that we have is Ningirisu. Okay. So we do need to figure out one other monster in the graveyard. Do we actually have a monster in the graveyard? We do have a monster in the graveyard. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll not activate that right now. We can activate this though. To target one monster. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll do that effect, because I think this has an effect when it leaves the field. Yeah, okay, so we can do that. Sweet. Oh, this is working out for us. So we'll go ahead, we'll send this to the grave. Special summon one of these, and we can special summon out Imduk. Alright, oh, we didn't get that one effect. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but now we can go into Ningirisu, though. Okay. But if he's link summon, you get a draw too, which we don't really get to do that right now, unfortunately. Let's go ahead, we're just gonna jump into battle. Clear out this area. He'll get to summon something with 1500 or less defense. Well, oh, we can't actually do him. Okay. Destroy that monster. Kinda wanted to oh. I don't know if that's actually gonna affect. Is it this card? By card effects you can summon. I don't want to do that. We'll go main phase 2 here. We'll just go end phase. and we'll see what he does, because he's going to set things face down, and that's when I can hit him this. 1900. Legacy's Heart. What is Legacy's Heart's effect? What is Legacy's? Oh, it says over here. Target 2. If your Link monster beats for battle, you can banish this card anyway. Oh, let's go ahead and we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll take the damage, but we'll stay alive. Alright, so this card we can hit with this. And we can banish all of them, because I'm guessing it's going to be a Krawler, and we want to get those out of the deck. So let's go ahead and we'll activate this. And we'll get rid of this. And it's a Krawler, so it's going to have to banish all of them. You can look through your opponent's deck. Ooh. Allows us to see what's going on. Crossword Beetle. We get to look through the entire deck. That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay, what do we got going on in the graveyard here? Alright, so during the main phase, except for the turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add one World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. We'll go ahead and we'll activate that. We're going to lose a little of attack there, but that's okay, because we can then go ahead and get our field spell, actually. I'm not sure if we actually need it or not. I'm learning the deck just like you guys are watching me learn it. We'll activate that. Boost us up a little bit. Alright. So from there, I kind of want to figure out a way to get rid of these, but we're not going to be able to just yet. Let's go ahead, we'll just jump into battle phase here, and we're going to attack over this guy. Oh, rush recklessly. Pro plays. Okay. Okay. Select an option to activate. So this card, so if a monster you control is destroyed by battle of the field, you can target one Chalice monster graveyard, special summon it, and then so we'll activate this. And that. Select a monster special summon from hand. I guess it doesn't really matter which one. Special summon that out. And then that will special summon this out. Do we get that effect? We do get that effect. That will allow us to add anything, really. We can add anything. I'm not really sure what I want to add, though. We'll add that one, because we can use this effect later. Alright, so from there, we can... We're in the battle phase. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. Let's just have to attack into this and get it out of the way. Of course he has something. Yeah, that's fine. Thought we were going to be able to get over something there. We'll just go main phase 2, yeah. We'll go ahead and we'll set this face down. We are going to start linking off here, though. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can do here. Get these two off. See if we can get some stuff going here. Alright, so from there, we could link 3, I guess, into one of these guys, but you draw cards equal to the number of World Chalice monsters the card points to. And that would be literally 0, because you want him like right here. You can activate this though. That's just to add. That's not good enough. We'll go ahead and we'll end our turn here. Okay, good. He lost his attack. I was like, oh no. Alright, let's see what he does here. Oh, his field spell, gaining 200 attack up to 21. So they're even now. Is he going to do that? No, he's going to do that. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't too worried about that. We can get Imduk's effect. We'll activate both of these because they're both optional. Select a card to target this one so we can add an Imduk's effect. And we'll just summon this one out in attack position. Then that will summon this one out. And that can get us some stuff. And that one can add us pretty much anything. Go for the World Chalice. Which I never actually realized what this was. Okay, so he's about to end his turn. We'll go ahead and take it. Alright, drop a turn here. Monster Reborn. We have that and call. Ooh. We'll go ahead and activate the call first, just in case. We're going to summon out the Alram. Okay, so what does Ningarisu require again? It requires 2+ link monsters into a 3. So what we're gonna need to do, we'll have to link into probably another Alram over here, maybe, or no, yeah, right here. This here requires 2 link monsters, or 2 monsters as well. You cannot attack this turn either. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead. We will go into another one of these right here. And we'll go right here so we can reuse that later on. Okay. We got that going for us. Alright, so this one, if he's... You can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand. Let's go ahead and we'll activate that. Because World Chalice right here. Alright, so from there we can... there's none that point down, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But what we can do... And go back into one of these with this and this. And that should cause his effect to go off. Put that right there. I'm hoping that this doesn't screw me up either. Alright, so from there we can... let's see here. So either one of these. Target 1 normal monster, give her special summon it. Activate that. Special summon this. Right here. And then we can go into Imduk with this guy. And then we can normal summon this right here. And then we can go into Ning with this. Oh, you can do 2 materials for that? Yes. And 1 there. We'll go right there. And then he's pointing to 2, right? So you should be able to draw 2 with this. Okay, okay. And we get to draw 2, sweet. Alright, so from there, let's just go into battle phase. And we'll hope that we don't run into something stupid. Alright, cool. We got through it. Alright, so from there, we can attack over this. And then... attack and attack, and then we do have the Regeki later on as well as Monster Reborn. We didn't get to use the World Chalice effect though, so I'm kind of sad about that. We didn't get the tokens that I thought we were going to get. Alright, so you guys have to let me know, did I play that correctly? I know it probably took a little bit of time, but I feel like I played that pretty well, considering the fact that this is my very first time ever playing this deck at all. So, okay, let's go ahead, we'll drop return your... Ooh, Dragon, that's going to be good for if he activates an effect off of this. Let's go ahead, we should just be able to finish up the battle though. Let's attack into it. Yep. Good there. It's going to activate his effect though, special summon 1, unfortunately. But we can just attack straight over it with our Alram and not even worry about it. And that's the game. Alrighty. Ooh. Alrighty. we got our 3 Ib the World Chalice Priestess. And we did get our final, or I shouldn't say our scenario here, our final scenario, but we get a scenario here as well as these. So what I'm going to do is we'll finish up with our next duel here with our deck, which we're still using the Emergence of the Monarchs, because you guys haven't picked a deck for me yet. You guys pick a deck for me that we're going to be taking on through ranked duels. Once I get that deck figured out, I'm going to be using that here as well to practice and hopefully get a little bit better with it before I jump into the ranked duel. So you're going to have to choose some decks for me, guys. Let me know down below in the comment section, what decks do you want me to use in ranked duels as well as this? I'll throw those into a poll, then you guys can vote on it. You guys can choose which one I'm using, however we want to do it. I have a horrible hand. But yeah, we just need to figure out what we're doing with that. I have a horrible hand, holy crap. Activate Tenacity, let's reveal the Chalice. I honestly just want to get to a Pantheism here. Another reason I want you guys to choose a deck for me, because I want to be able to actually play the game. Yeah, we'll activate the Pantheism, getting rid of the Stormforce. I feel like we can get another one of those pretty easily. Not what I wanted to see. Honestly, I'm just going to end my turn there. That was kind of gross. We'll have to see what we can do with it. We will have to see what we can do. Ooh, Upstart Garden, thank you for the 1,000. Crossword Beetle. I want to get to a Mobius for that. Get rid of that and that. Same time, be nice. Erebus. Okay, so let's go ahead. We will see what we can do here. We'll start it off with a Pantheism into a Tenacity. Tenacity. We can't actually summon anything right now, so we are going to have to go ahead and reveal one of these as well. See which one he gives me. Got the Tenacity. We can activate the Tenacity here. We've already revealed this one, but either way, we're going to be summoning the Erebus to dump a Pantheism, so it's okay. And we'll just go ahead and we'll add this to our hand. From there, we will activate our Domain. Activate Domain effect. We have to reveal the Erebus to make it down to a level 6, so make sure we're clicking on that one, not any of the others. Now we can activate Stormforth here. Then we can tribute off. Yes. Tribute off this monster. For our Erebus. Erebus effect. He'll dump 2 here. He'll dump a Pantheism, and then he can dump the Prime wherever it is. There it is. Alright, cool. So those are dumped. Dumping one of his 3 back, so he only has 2. He can attack. And he's going to have a counter game. When an opponent declares a direct attack, negate the attack until you draw a card. Blah, that's dumb. Does he have to reveal it? Okay, so it must not be a monster. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and end our turn there. I'm not going to activate anything. We have the Pantheism Grave, which is good for us. We can actually get some things going here. As long as he survives, which I'm guessing he's going to survive at least 1 turn. Destroy by battle card effect, gain 1 insect monster from the same level. Okay. We can actually do that, banishing the Tenacity. One of the Tenacities. To get it out. Alright, we'll draw for turn here. Infinite Permanence. Okay, that's something we can work with. Let's go ahead, we're going to activate the Pantheism and Grave effect. We're going to reveal Tenacity, and then our 2 returns. We're getting some reoccurrence here. Activate that, we're going to reveal the Rises since that's what we want to summon, and we're going to grab a return. After that, we can just go ahead and activate the return over here. We're going to activate our Domain to reveal the Ryza, making him a level 6. We're going to spend normal summon. We're not going to do that one. We're going to do this one, tributing just the Prime for our Ryza. Ryza effect is going to shuffle back this card. That way he doesn't actually get to gain anything from when we attack. And then we'll shuffle back a Tenacity. And then we're also going to activate this. So we'll add an Aether, I'm guessing. Actually, I want to add a Mobius so I can pop these and get them out of there so they're not as troublesome for us. Alright, so that'll get shuffled back. Now get shuffled back. Hit him for 56 real quick, and then next turn should be game as long as he doesn't do anything too crazy to me. I should be able to end it pretty fast. Luckily, monarchs are pretty good against a slow deck like this. They can kind of outmaneuver as long as you don't brick too hard. Which luckily we didn't brick as hard as we could have. Alright. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so from there, do a tenacity, which we had shuffled back. Let's go activate it, revealing our Mobius. We're going for the Mobius this time. Alright, so from there, let's add one of these so we can just summon over the top of their stuff. Activate the Stormforth. And then we can go ahead and activate our domain, revealing the Mobius. And then we'll just go ahead and normal summon it by tributing one of their monsters. Let's tribute this one because it is face down and we don't want to flip face up, whatever it could be. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll add an Aether this time for some disruption. Targeting this one, and that's it. Get rid of those so we can add. And then that will add an Aether. And that should be game. As long as he can't stop any attacks, we're good to go. Wish they did piercing damage, that'd be pretty nice. And that's all she wrote. Alright. Not too bad this time. I did enjoy last game a little bit better just because we are learning that deck and it was fun just seeing how you could just maneuver everything. So that was cool. We did go ahead and we finished up that duel for us and completed it up. And we do have this locked area that we can unlock. Thank you for the Imdux. We do have this locked area that we're going to do in the next episode, and then we also have a whole bunch of stuff all the way to the goal, as well as more stuff. So this could be turning into a very long portion of a gate. So, and then there's another portion of the gate as well. So it's going to be interesting. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab our last scenario here for the day, and we'll see what happens. To protect humankind, accepting Lee's earnest wishes, Alram and the group promised to help her. Accompanied by Lee, the group set off to return to the village, but they encountered several crawlers who blocked their way. Alram, Ningirsu, and Imduk stood before the crawlers with their new strength coursing through their bodies. As they stood between the monsters and what they set out to protect, tension hung heavy in the air. A cold sweat dripping from Alram's chin and dampened the forest floor. As the great tension crescendoed, the party suddenly seized upon their foes, lunging toward the exoskeletons of the crawlers. Alram's sword cleaved the enemies with ease, Ningirsu's lance pierced nimbly, and Imduk's claws teared ferociously at their metal hides. The battle was over almost as quickly as it had started. The power of the world chalice that Lee had granted them was much greater than expected. They couldn't conceal their surprise at the world chalice's great power that now dwelled in their bodies. According to Lee, there were 6 other world legacies in the world, with equal power to the world chalice. If they were to be recovered, it would be possible to not only destroy the crawlers, but to destroy the mech knights that ruled the world. This information provided a great ray of hope for the village people who had lived in so long in the gloomy forest. Alright. Following these words and the guidance of the world chalice, the young folks of the Forest of the Stars set out on a journey to seek the next world legacy. I'm guessing that's what's going to lead to us next. Alright, we got World Legacy Discovery there. Alright, so we go ahead and complete that one. We did unlock another scenario, but we're going to save that as well as up here in this area of the duels until the next episode. So if you did enjoy today's episode, make sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button because all your support is greatly appreciated. We are having so much fun here on the solo mode of Master Duel. If you are playing this as well, let me know what you think down below, as well as how far you've gotten. Maybe you've gotten farther than us, maybe you are still stuck earlier on. I did see a few people comment down below about how some of the solo areas, when it comes to like the end duels, can be crazy. So let us know if you're having any issues with that as well, and or check out previous episodes. Maybe you can see how you can beat it just like we beat it. That's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nick from the Script Academy, signing up for now. Peace out.